When was the last time you got some feedback that was hard to hear? We've all been there, right? We've all been faced with that. Can I give you some feedback? And we have the butterflies, the sharp intake of breath as we prepare ourselves for the onslaught. Well, chances are that feedback may well have been related to one of your blind spots. What is a blind spot? Quite simply, it is something that we're either not aware of or that we don't want to be aware of. We might have a little niggle that we're not as perfect as we all make out to be, and we kind of brush it away. We put it to one side and don't want to think about it, don't want to address it. And this is particularly important for me. If you are a manager or if you are a leader of people, it is important for everyone, of course. But for those people who have such a huge influence over so many others, developing our blind spots is a huge area of development that, in my opinion, we should all be doing some work on. And some of you will have heard of something called Johari's Window, and this was from Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingham back in 1955. It's trotted out quite often. I'm not going to go into it in huge detail, but it is a useful model to explore and really useful for building our self-awareness, building relationships with ourselves and others. But essentially the element is that we all have within us this stuff that we put out there in the public arena. We show parts of ourselves to the public. We hide parts of ourselves to others as well. Of course, there's some things that we hide from some people, we show others, we hide from some others, and so on. There's an element of the unknown where I don't know it about myself and you don't know it about me either. And then there are these blind spots, these things that you see in me that I do not see in myself. And there are so many ways to develop blind spots that in my experience, often we try and make it super complex so that very often we end up doing nothing at all. And that might be because we have a personal barrier in the way of not wanting to find out what they are, not wanting to do the work and so on. But if you've ever been through a complex 360 feedback process or whatever it might be, there's lots of different complex ways, or profiles or modelling and all this kind of different stuff. My advice to you would be to start out by doing something. And this is something that I've worked on, I'm still working on really, but started quite a few years back by simply asking for feedback, from others on how they viewed me. And that sounds like a really simple thing to do. And again, asking for feedback is something that I talk about quite a lot. But there's a whole lot of different emotions and triggers and things going on there when we put ourselves out and open to people and how they see us. So in terms of that self-reflection, it's important to ask for the feedback, but also to be open and to be thankful for the feedback in total hearing mode, not just listening, hearing mode of what we're getting. It's not really a right to reply situation. We're not getting into a debate or certainly not an argument on it, but it's putting ourselves out there. And I've had some hard blind spots uncovered, one of which I'm quite happy to share with you over the years, which is that I now know that I bottle stuff up way too long, and I hang on to stuff for much longer than I should, or that is healthy for me. And so that's now in my public arena. I have shared it with you all. If anyone is interested enough to hear about it, then just ask me. But I now know that when I get that niggle, when I get that feeling, I can tune in to my physiology and what's going on, and help to bring it to the surface to manage it much more effectively. So that is all. Do you know enough, as you should, about your blind spots? I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. I hope that's helped in some small way. Over and out for now. I will see you soon. Bye.